TV.
Rogers TV Durham would like to acknowledge that we are on the treaty and traditional territory of the Mississaugas of Scugog Island First Nation of the Mississauga Nation. May we respectfully honor the knowledge and understanding of the Indigenous stewards of these ancestral lands and ensure that the voices of the First Peoples are represented in our collections, programs, and services.
The opinions expressed in the following programs are those of the participants and do not necessarily reflect those of Rogers Cable or Rogers TV.
Hello everyone, welcome to another episode of At the Heart of Business. I'm your host Judith Tate. At the Heart of Business is a conversation with women in business discussing their challenges and successes. I'd like to welcome our first guest today, Nadia, who is also known as the Beauty Paramedic. I love that name.
Thank you so much. It's so great to be here.
Well, thanks for being here.
No problem.
We're really excited to hear what the Beauty Paramedic is all about. So tell us about your business.
Yeah, so Beauty Paramedic is a non-toxic beauty studio located in the heart of Bowmanville. We offer hair removal, rejuvenating facials, and so much more, giving each and every service a luxurious feel.
And how do you give that luxurious feel?
It's small things that go such a long way. So for example, with our brow shaping, we end it with a brow massage, which is life-changing.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, I might have to come to your studio. There's
Maybe.
nothing I love more than a brow massage. Do you find that people fall asleep?
Yeah, even sometimes when waxing their eyebrows, truly, they fall asleep, and it amazes me sometimes.
Okay. Yeah, that would
Right?
that would hurt.
Yeah.
I don't know if I could fall asleep to pain, but okay, that's great. So you don't offer services like any type of injections or anything like that?
No,
do you?
we leave that to our neighbors.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, with us, we just focus more so on the natural way of life.
Okay.
Yeah.
And how did you come up with the name Beauty Paramedic?
Truly, it was all an inside joke that I say brows one pair at a time. So with that, I'm like, okay, saving lives, paramedic, and then to make it relatable to the actual business, beauty.
Love it.
Yeah.
Now, you don't have like a paramedic background or anything, do you?
No.
Okay.
No.
All right. Okay, cool. So what's your deep-seated why as to why you would start this business?
Yeah, I just love making an impact and a change, even if it's big or small, in someone's life.
Okay.
So I found even like relatable, even down to a brow shaping, like the emotional impact that it has on someone is truly life-changing.
And well, describe to us how that would have an emotional impact, like doing someone's eyebrows.
Yeah, exactly. So like if you remove their skin, or if you remove a part of their brow that they didn't want, it'll make them sad. Whereas if you give them the shape that they were looking for, or even better, and give them the surprise of a brow massage, it uplifts their spirits. They leave really happy and excited to come back again.
Do you find that it's like it just helps with their confidence and how they look?
Oh yeah, for sure. Physical, emotional as well. It just changes, and you see when they look in the mirror that they look at themselves differently, which is so rewarding at the end of the day.
So do you have like a personal experience as to why you would want to offer this experience to someone else, or where did that come from?
It stems from being in high school. Truly, high school could be a hard place sometimes, and there's always a group that's maybe not so confident in how they look, their appearance, or even how they feel. And being a social butterfly since I was young, I love helping them. Although I was a tomboy and I personally didn't know much, just having that small impact and like brightening their spirits, it just made everything worthwhile. And it gave me the reason as to get into aesthetics.
Okay. And did you start from a young age, like kind of experimenting with aesthetics?
Not so much.
Okay.
Actually, I was being a tomboy in high school. I felt like, why not just go for it? as well as a long term. I always thought about long term and in life and having a family and all those great things.
Yeah.
So I just thought, aesthetics would be their fitting career for my life.
Oh, I love
Yeah.
it. Now, earlier you and I were having a conversation about trauma. We were
Yes.
talking about facials.
Yes.
And I said I did one and I never want to do one again.
Yes.
How do you help people to get over that? Or do you find that a lot of people have that kind of trauma?
Yeah, it is quite natural to have that trauma because the thing is, it leads back to education. I find that a lot of estheticians are really good at what they do, but they don't give their clients that education on what could happen to prep them. So it's like, okay, I gained some breakouts. Now, what products do I use for that? Or how do I get over that? Because anytime we use a new product to our skin, destined to have one or two breakouts, but then it's all about giving us a shout and we could then help you come up with a solution.
Okay, that's
Yeah.
good. That really helps because I didn't get that education. That one time I had a facial and I was like traumatized. So
That's okay. That's why you're going to come to us, right?
That's right, for sure. Excellent. So what kind of challenges have you faced in this business?
Yeah, so really the challenges is the pandemic. I started this business right before the pandemic had hit. So it's all about thinking outside the box and how to truly grow the business with the challenges that we were facing in the beauty community.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. And as far as like leadership goes, now how do you stay true to your values as a leader?
Yeah, it's just truly staying true to myself as to the core of the business and why I started it, and also my true love for my clients and making a difference.
Okay, and exactly how do you make yourself unique or stand out from your competitors?
Again, it's just truly myself. I feel like because with the business and also being completely non-toxic, I feel like that's the way that clients are going now. Unlike even 5 years ago, clients are much more savvy with ingredients, which I truly love, and they're being much more aware as to what they put on their skin. So I feel like being a women-owned business that also supports Canadian women retail section also truly sets us apart.
And so you said that you're mostly natural. So is that like describe that, or how are you natural? Like, is it natural with a bit of science or some chemicals? Because sometimes it's hard to really know and understand what natural is, and I think some people even have their own definition of what natural is.
Yeah, so for us, it's more so focusing on the ingredients which are completely vegan and gluten-free as well, down to our skincare line. So I feel like with different intolerances now, especially having the gluten-free within our skincare has helped so much.
Huh.
Yeah.
I didn't even know you can have gluten-free products.
Yeah, it's all about the ingredients within the products.
So who would your audience be, or your clients? Who would your typical clients be, or who do you attract the most?
Yeah, I would say everyone. We have a high male clientele as well as a really high women, but then also even the younger generation. A lot of our clients, they truly become like family because they bring their whole family to us, which is quite nice.
Okay.
So even down to their younger kids, we start them off on appropriate products and also services, and then we grow from there.
Oh, that's great. I love it. Sounds like you got a really good business.
Yeah, I'm very grateful for the clients that I have for the business.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
Without your clients, you don't have a business.
Exactly.
So that's
exactly
good.
that. Yeah.
Now, have you been through any impactful failures that were maybe a blessing in disguise?
I would say, again, the true impact would be the pandemic. I feel like it always will stem back to that because it taught me how to think outside the box and how to really make use of technology. Whereas a lot of businesses was put on walking the tightrope, like you had to really think either, do I get across or do I end up falling?
Well, as far as success goes, everyone has their own definition of success. What's your definition of success?
Making an impact in my clients' lives. I feel like being a part of their growth, either skincare journey or hair removal journey, is truly what defines success. Although, yes, it does stem and come down to financials. At the end, it's all about the impact that I have in their lives.
And as far as like financial success, like what's your idea of financial success? Do you have a specific number or?
No, because I feel like once you're truly passionate
Yeah.
about what you do, your financial success will grow with that, because people will feel that and see that you're truly authentic.
Yeah. Oh, I
Yeah.
love it. That's a really good answer.
Oh, thanks.
No, I mean, not that there's a right or wrong
Right.
answer. I just love that because I like to get an idea of what your number is. And like for me, financial success is just always having enough.
Right.
And then everyone's definition of enough is different. So
Yes.
all right, that's great. So who are the people, dead or alive, who have influenced your business path the most and why?
Yeah, I would definitely say my parents had a huge impact on my business success and like even where I am today. They were entrepreneurs themselves, and since I was such a young age, I would say like 8, 9, I used to go in to work with them, and they used to give me responsibilities on the weekend, day to day, how to do payroll, how to do small things around their businesses as well, and really dealing with customer service, how to treat employees, how to create that family aspect to that. I would say has taught me a lot from a young age, and what helps me now.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah.
And that's really important because you don't get a lot of those very specific lessons in school.
Very
So
true.
That's
Very
really
true.
good that your parents taught you that.
Yeah,
Amazing.
yeah.
Where do you see yourself 5 years from now?
Who knows? I'm such a whimsical, go with the flow type of person. I didn't truly even think the business would make it through the pandemic and grow, because I started the business from the corner of my condo's living room, and I grew it into an actual storefront. So who knows? Hopefully into bigger, better things.
Yeah.
Maybe in Durham, maybe in Panama. Who knows?
Panama. Okay.
Yeah.
Have you been there? Do you have connections there?
I have been there, and I absolutely love it.
Okay.
But we'll see. We'll
Wow,
see
that's
where
different.
the business grows. Yeah.
I love that. Just no plan, just go with the flow.
Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah. I feel like once you have a little bit of a plan, from there, it's just the sky's the limit, right?
Yeah. And what can you tell me how you've been resourceful in your business?
Yeah, so doing a lot of research. I love to research literally every single thing. And from a retail perspective, trying out the products on myself, being my own guinea pig, I feel like has helped me quite a bit.
Oh, that's excellent.
Yeah.
What words of advice would you give to someone who's starting out in business?
To persevere, no matter what failures you come across in life, to keep it moving and try to stay positive. Give yourself pep talks. That will help tremendously.
And how do you balance work and life?
I kind of don't, but it's a work in progress. I'm slowly learning how to do that now, 4 years later. But truly, it's small things that I do within my day. So in my morning time, I journal. I find that helps set my day up in the right path.
Okay.
As well as I do stretches, at least 10 minutes.
Yeah.
And I try to truly give myself days off where I don't check my phone, I don't check my emails, and I truly just enjoy my family's presence and my friends' presence.
Oh, that's good. I love it. Yes. So last question. What do you want people to know about your business?
That we are a completely non-toxic, loving business that's always there, not only for their needs, but then also just to be friends. Like
that's so sweet.
Yeah, I'm very big on the friends and family aspect. So we're a community versus them just being a client.
Awesome. Thank you so much. This was a lovely conversation. I can't wait to come see you in your store.
Thank you for having me.
And stay tuned. We will be chatting with Irismar next.
program is brought to you by Ignite TV. Now you're in command. Visit Rogers.com for more details.
All new episodes of Chicago Wednesday return January 17th on City TV.
Remember me? Let's get to work.
Just like old times.
Looks like we're going for a ride.
We're doing this my way.
This is Rogers TV.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back to At the Heart of Business. I am your host, Judith Tate. At the Heart of Business is a conversation with women in business discussing their challenges and successes. I'd like to welcome my next guest, Irismar of I&J Financial. Hello.
Thank you for having me.
Thanks so much for being here. So tell us about I&J Financial. What's that about?
I&J Financial got established when we decided to venture into real estate investing over about 3.5 years ago.
Okay.
And just kind of understanding that is our path to financial freedom, but at the same time helping to contribute to the housing crisis that we have in right now just by facilitating housing.
And can you elaborate on that a bit more? Like how are you facilitating housing? That's a hard word to say sometimes. Yeah.
Well, just by the acquisition of properties, right? Being able to bring some properties that may not have been well cared for,
Okay.
bring them to a great standards of living, and then facilitating those new housings to either be low-income housing or medium or even new. We'll
Okay.
see what the journey ahead brings, that's for sure.
Okay, that sounds really interesting. So why would you get into this business? It's very different and very unique.
Yes, it's very unique. We were presented with an opportunity of learning about real estate investing, and getting that education just shifted us to propel in that industry, and really getting educated. That is not so much just buying a house for ourselves, which is what we've done already. That's the basic knowledge that we had. Now is how do we not only leverage our network, but how collectively and even collaborating we can acquire larger properties such as multifamilies in areas that perhaps might be distressed, bring them up to a good living standards, and then put them back to provide that housing for anyone that is looking for.
That's wonderful. I absolutely love it. Now, your deep why, like do you have a personal reason for wanting to go down this path that's very, very different? And sounds like it's very, like it's a lot of work, right? What's your deep-seated why?
I think that the deep seat of why we have both. We have one as couple. We want to make sure that we spend our time together, not necessarily being kind of primed to a 9 to 5 and to driven by other schedules.
Yeah.
So this business gives us that opportunity in making a difference, but also working together.
Yeah.
And a personal why, it would be more taking control of my life and what I can do and what impacts I can change.
Yeah.
And while control can be a little bit limiting, it's more of the freeing, coming into the empowerment of what I can do and what I can become. Control was more of letting the limiting beliefs control me, and perhaps it could have been attached to society and upbringing and even cultural differences.
Yeah.
But those limiting beliefs, I allow them to stay there for too long. And now it's not. I'm in control of my life. I'm in control of those changes. And real estate was just the avenue that we connected with.
I love it. Now, with limiting beliefs, have your limiting beliefs presented any challenges for you on this journey?
It certainly have. I question, am I capable of doing that? Do I have the knowledge, even if I'm getting the right education? And I have gotten the education. I'm comfortable. I'm able to have not only adequate conversations and skill sets that I can now bring to the table and feel comfortable. From time to time, I still have the hesitation. Instead of saying, yes, let's go do it, I will normally hesitate first, and I have to be reminded.
Oh, okay.
And at times when that happens, I'm glad that I have a great partner, because he'll be like, why are you stopping? Why are you hesitating?
Yeah.
And it's almost like the reminder, that's your old self.
Yeah.
And again, it's a constant personal growth as well too, right? That's the journey that I'm on.
Yeah.
And that is always something to work on.
So besides, outside of your partner kind of, you know, giving you a check saying, why are you doing this? Or like, why are you hesitating? How do you overcome that? Say your partner is not there at the time or is not involved in a certain decision. Like, how do you overcome that yourself?
It will take me some time, but I sort of go inwards. I sort of stop. And I actually, in my mind, I said, Irismar, stop.
Yeah.
Why are you hesitating?
Yeah.
Why is it prompting you? So even just asking that question is making me aware that it's a limiting belief, because there's anything fearful.
Yeah.
And in fact, even chatting with you today is about sharing. It's nothing about me, right?
Yeah.
But yet you have a little bit of that hesitation or apprehension, like, oh, what are they going to ask?
Yeah.
Right? So it's about always being in tune with our core self, but being able to catch those moments where you can say, stop, rethink, and even ask, why am I feeling this way?
Yeah.
Or why am I thinking that?
Yeah.
And that in itself is already a win in trumping those limiting beliefs.
And why is that important to you to understand where that's coming from and to trump those limiting beliefs?
So they don't continue. They already were part of my life for a long time. I'm 41 now. So it's about having that cognizance that no, the power lies within me and in me. So in me being able to constantly work on that, it will help me be the best version of myself.
Yeah.
Because what happens can be changed.
Yeah.
But we accept it. That's the journey that we're on, and that's the growth we've had. But it's where we're heading.
Yeah.
And where we're heading, we have kind of that control and that direction. So that's what is important.
Oh, I love it. That's great. So, of course, doing a business like this, like, it takes a certain amount of leadership, and in leadership comes values. And how do you stay true to your values being a leader?
You know, we never compromise our values.
Okay.
And I think it's staying true to the core of who we are and what we're here for. So even when we're going into a partnership, are our goals aligning? Are our values align? As on any business, you will have a product to facilitate. You also would have an income or profits to establish, but that is not the driver. The driver would always be those values and goals. And if they align, then that is a great partnership. Right? But I think we just stray through to who we are, what is the difference that we want to make.
Yeah.
And I come from Venezuela, very humble beginnings, right? So at the same time, it's taking that into account.
Yeah.
We can come from so far, but we actually never forget that core.
Oh, that's good. I love that. And do you have any impactful failures that were maybe a blessing in disguise?
Haven't we all, really?
Yeah.
I think for us in this particular journey, because it's still relatively new, it is the disappointment that comes with not necessarily closing on properties when we have gone through a very costly due diligence. But it was necessary for the journey of learning and growth, but remind us to stay focused, that we cannot push an outcome.
Yes.
It just wasn't meant to be.
Yeah.
And at the same time, as much as we can get connected to a property, not only because we can see the vision, we can see what would be the difference that it would make and how we can help those residents, we can certainly be passionate.
Yeah.
But we cannot make decisions based solidly on emotions.
Yes. What's the danger in that?
The danger in that is sometimes it will not be rational. It will just be emotions, right? You might oversee perhaps an obstacle, or you did not foresee an obstacle. Or maybe when you were running your financials and your numbers, perhaps you did not account for enough contingencies. And in this market, which we know we have seen a different fluctuation, especially with interest rates changing, you need to be a little bit more savvy and more cautious, right? So you always need to ensure that, avoid it. So it's always a lesson learned. I have learned lots. But through that challenge, I also focus on the personal development, right? How we can best anticipate what can happen. But also in the personal development, I found the wellness passion of mine, which is a new chapter that I'll be embracing. But again, it's a chapter that aligns with helping others be their true best self and living their best life.
Okay.
And I'm becoming a life coach through that.
Oh, that's excellent. I think you'd make a great life coach.
Thank you.
That's excellent. So as far as success goes, everyone has their own definition of success. How do you define success?
I define success in personal growth. How much have you grown?
Yeah.
What is that journey, and have you able to address the gaps? There's nothing wrong in the gaps,
Yeah.
but we need to acknowledge where we come. I'm a firm believer of being a lifelong learner,
Yeah.
but at the same time, own our mistakes. Make
Yeah.
sure that they don't repeat again.
Yeah.
And then also, what are the lessons?
Yeah.
Because life will throw us many, many challenges that we're going to learn for. Is, are we able to see those lessons and learnings that we're hidden in between?
Yeah.
At the moment, we may not,
Yeah.
right? But it's having that time to really look back and see them.
Yeah. That sounds very much like what a life coach would say. I love it. So how are you going to blend your life coach business with real estate investing? Because I think they go hand in hand.
We'll see. I think for right now, my intention would be hopefully that organically make that connection.
Yeah.
Right. The more that I'm able to help someone, perhaps that would lead organically to some leads to either have one-on-one or group sessions.
Yeah.
But they go hand in hand, right? If you are willing to work on yourself and grow to be your best self, then that is only going to be a side benefit to any business.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to be real estate investing. It's
Yeah.
any business that you do, because you're now coming from a more awareness aspect of what is it that you can become and what are you capable of, and then how you apply it.
Oh, great. And where do you see yourself in 5 years from now?
Well, in 5 years from now, in the real estate journey, as long as we have a good trajectory, our goal would be to at least acquire two properties every year.
Yeah.
And try to, again, help facilitate the limitation of the housing crisis that we have right now.
Yeah.
So help towards that. And then in the life coaching side, I would say I would have my practice with established clients and hopefully being successful in helping them be their best self.
Oh, I love it. I can see that happening for you, probably even sooner.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
And how do you balance work and life? And especially now that you're introducing, life coaching. There's, life coaching, real estate investing, family. How do you balance all that?
Prioritizing well-being.
Okay.
Without health, we have no wealth.
Ooh, I love that.
And in essence, how do I prioritize it? So my goal would be start waking up at 4 a.m. because sleep can be a luxury at times.
Yes.
But I know I'm not compromising my evenings. So
Yes.
I already established what I'm not willing to compromise, hence the waking up earlier. And that time, which is about 2 hours, it will be for myself. Being intentional and grateful with every day. And how do I practice that?
Yeah.
And I balance that because I incorporate my meditation practice, my gratitude practice, followed by exercising and reading development. And that just sets the motion for the day. And yes, challenges will arise. I'm not oblivious to that. That is life and the spice of life, really. I think it's just finding time to ground yourself in the present moment. As much as we can have some negativities or some challenges, we're still in charge of our emotions. Mm-hmm. And if we can make a choice, because we always have a choice, why not make it positive?
Oh, that's wonderful.
So that's my take on how I would approach it.
I love it. Thank you so much. That was so beautiful.
Thank you. No, thank you for having me.
Yeah, it's so great to have you as a guest. Thank you for being here.
No, my pleasure.
And thanks for watching. Tune in next time for another episode of At the Heart of Business.